it's Jessica. So for today's video, I thought it would be fun if I did the concert tag. I just am really missing concerts right now, so I kind of wanted to relive my concert experiences and share that with you guys. So I just went online and found this list of questions called the concert tag and thought I would answer them and just share a little bit about some of my favorite concert experiences with you today. So that's what we're going to be doing. I will attach the link where I got the questions from in the description, so that way if you guys would like to film the same video or answer these questions in the comments or anything, you can. Okay, so the first question is, how many concerts have you been to? And I went through and counted all of them. I hope I didn't miss any, but I came up with the number 51. I live in Nashville, so I get a lot of opportunities to go to concerts, and some of those are events like Grand Ole Opry shows or just little showcases in Nashville. Definitely very blessed to have been able to go to so many. Okay, the next question is, which artist or band have you seen the most live? I've seen Kelsea Ballerini the most times. I've seen her 19 times live. And then the person with the second most times I've seen live is Taylor Swift at 13. What was the first concert you went to? My first concert was Taylor Swift's Speak Now World Tour in 2011, and I was 11 years old. What was the last concert you went to? I'm not sure if this quite counts as a concert, but the last show I went to was the CRS Amazon Country Heat showcase in Nashville, part of CRS Week, which is Country Radio Seminar. And there I saw Kelsea Ballerini, the Cadillac 3, John Langston, Gabby Barrett, and Nico Moon. When is your next concert? Well, this is a really sad question because everything has just gotten canceled or postponed. But the next concert that I have tickets to is Taylor Swift's Loverfest, which was supposed to be this August, but it is now going to be rescheduled for sometime in 2021. Honestly, I know once things open back up and it's safe to have shows again, I'm going to be going to so many concerts because I will have been deprived for a year from going to shows, and I'm just about to literally go to every single concert, and it's about to be so damaging to my bank account. What is the farthest you've traveled to go to a concert? Farthest I've traveled for a concert overall would be flying to New York City. Me and my friend Caroline flew to New York City from Nashville back in August of 2019 to see Taylor Swift perform on Good Morning America and go for her Lover album release week. So that's the farthest that I've traveled. That was the first time I'd ever flown to a concert. And then as far as longest travel time would be when I drove to Arlington, Texas from Nashville, which was about 10 hours with my friends to go see Taylor Swift's Reputation tour. Typically most shows that I go to are within about 3 hours. There are some that are about 5 is usually the farthest I'll travel, except for a couple rare occasions where I'll go a little bit farther. What is the best opening act you've seen? So I've gone to several shows just to see the opener, mainly for Kelsea Ballerini. So obviously she's my favorite because I've gone and seen her open up just to go see her, not necessarily to go for the main act, although I usually like them too. But then as far as when I went for the main artist and happened to like the openers too, my favorites would be Ed Sheeran when I saw him on the Red Tour with Taylor Swift, and Dan and Shay when I saw them on the We Are Not Invisible tour with Hunter Hayes. I definitely have seen a lot of great opening acts, and I think it's honestly one of my favorite parts of the concert to go and listen to artists that you may not necessarily know as well and just sort of hear their stories and their songs. And I've definitely discovered some of my favorite artists by watching opening acts. So please, when you go to concerts, get there early, support the openers. They really need all the exposure they can get, and who knows, you might find a new artist that might become one of your favorites. Have you ever met any bands or artists at a concert? Yes, I have. I have been lucky enough to meet a lot of my favorite artists at shows. I've met Taylor Swift, Kelsea Ballerini, Hunter Hayes, Selena Gomez, all at their concerts, which have been some of my favorite experiences ever. They're all just amazing people, and so blessed to have gotten to meet them. What is one thing you have to bring to a concert? Definitely a phone charger. My phone battery never will make it through a single concert. I have portable phone chargers that I just throw in my purse that are this big, and then I have a little cord that I bring, and then I also have a case that it has an extra battery life on it that I'll put on my phone for a concert. What is the most you've ever paid for a concert ticket? I think the most I've paid is $350 to see Taylor Swift. What is the best concert you've been to? Hands down, my favorite concert that I've went to is the Reputation Stadium tour. I don't know if I can pick a single one of those dates, but that tour was just incredible, and it's just some of my favorite memories ever happened during that tour. I went to 6 of the shows, and they were all just so much fun, and I just was hanging out with so many of my friends, and I got to meet Taylor Swift on that tour, and just the overall production of that like show is just incredible. So definitely my favorite shows that I've been to. Have you ever met any internet friends at a concert? Yes, so many. Oh my gosh, that is like one of my favorite parts about going to shows, is getting to see all of my friends. It's so much fun because there's these people that like you just talk to all the time on the internet. You don't really necessarily know them in real life, and then you go to a show and you get to like see each other face to face for the first time. And it's just so much fun getting to hang out with everybody. Which concert that you've been to has had the best stage setup and production? Also, I'd have to say the Reputation Stadium tour. That stage was massive. It was amazing. It had like LED screens all over the place. There were so many costume changes and dancers and really cool production techniques. The whole tour was stadium shows, and Taylor Swift has this way of like making a stadium show feel like you're in her living room, and she had all these like LED bracelets that flashed like snakes in the crowd and crowns, and it was just super cool. And she had like 3 different stages and like flew on contraptions to the other ones, and her stage production is always just unreal, and I think that tour just like went over the top and everything. Have you ever caught a guitar pick, drumstick, gotten a set list, etc.? I've gotten some guitar picks from Kelsea Ballerini's band. I have one of Kelsey's set lists. And then I also got a guitar pick from Taylor Swift's tour too. It was just like one that, I don't know if it was her or someone from her band threw it into the crowd, and then a security guard found it and picked it up and gave it to me, which was super cool. So I have one from that as well. Who do you enjoy going to concerts with? All of my friends. Have you ever been to multiple dates for one tour? Several times. Yeah, this has happened a lot. I've seen Taylor Swift on the same tour multiple times for almost every one of her tours that I've been to. I've seen Kelsea Ballerini as an opener and on her headlining tours multiple times. I've seen Kelly Clarkson multiple times, Keith Urban. Like, if it's such a good show, like, you can watch it as many times as you want and still have a great time. And every show is different. Like, every live show is a little bit different. Like, no experience is ever going to be exactly the same. Have you ever been to concerts 2 or more days in a row? Yes, I've only done this a couple times, but I've seen Taylor Swift back-to-back nights twice, and then one time in Nashville I went to see Kelsea Ballerini one night and then Taylor Swift the next night. So honestly, going to shows 2 nights in a row is really exhausting, and especially if you have like pit or something. Have you ever been front row for a concert? Yes, I have. Most of these were when I was in pit and I was at the front. Pit's definitely my favorite place to be for a concert. I just think it's really fun and you get to be super close and you're just like with a bunch of people just jamming and having a good time. Have you ever had any surprise guests at a concert you've attended? Yes, I've had a lot of surprise guests at concerts that I've gone to, especially living in Nashville. Like, I feel like almost every show I go to in Nashville, the artist always brings out a special guest just because it's Nashville and so many people live there. So it's really fun to be able to go to shows and just have like people you wouldn't expect walk out. Some of the special guests that I've had include Van Perry, Andy Grammer, Maren Morris, Sugarland, The Highwoman, Brian Hurd, Reba, and Keith Urban. But there's definitely been more than that. Those are just some of the bigger ones. But yeah, it's always fun to go to a show and just have like a special guest pop out. What's the longest you've waited in line for a concert? So the longest I've waited in line was when I saw Taylor Swift at Good Morning America for her like Lover release concert. We waited in line for, I guess, like, I think it was like 6 hours maybe for that. But it was like 6 hours like overnight. So that was honestly a little bit of a rough night. Just, you know, just chilling on the streets of New York City, Central Park. What is your craziest concert experience? Well, honestly, I really do think that my craziest concert experience was getting to meet Taylor Swift. And another crazy concert experience I had was with my friends Caroline and Vinny at Taylor Swift's Reputation tour in Arlington. We just bought like $40 nosebleeds all the way up in the top of the 400s for the first night, and we actually, like, 3 of us like had individual seats like in the same section, but we weren't sitting together. We went to our seats right when we walked in when doors opened, and we were just like standing together in a row, and we were just kind of like jamming to the music that they were playing. And then this worker came up to us and asked us if we wanted to sit on the floor. We were just like, yeah. So she gave us floor passes, and then they were actually filming the Reputation concert movie for Netflix that night. So there were and our seats were like on the aisle on the floor, and they had cameras walking up and down the aisle just filming people jamming. And I swear to God, this one camera, and it happened to be camera number 13, let me tell you, camera 13 was filming us so much for the whole concert. It was just like crazy, and we actually ended up being in the Netflix movie. You can see us during New Year's Day. We're all just kind of like hugging each other and swaying, and it made the cut for her concert movie, which is just crazy that I'm like on Netflix at a concert that I went to. So that is like, just like, yeah, that was just like a really crazy night, and just so many things happened that were like completely unexpected, and it was so much fun. So that is all of the questions on the concert tag. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to this and just like hearing about some of my favorite concert experiences. If you guys have any concert experiences you want to share, just let me know in the comments. I would love to hear them, especially now when we're in this pandemic and we can't actually go to concerts because it's not safe. It's just fun to relive some of my favorite memories and just think about all the good times and experiences that we've been able to have. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you have any other suggestions for videos that you would like to see on my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in a new video next weekend. Bye guys!